Okay, so a lot has happened since the last upload. I know, I'm really sorry. It's just that I am a bit busy with work, so I wasn't able to make videos on time for most of the events and most of the stuff that was going on, both games, JJK and OPVR. So you can expect a much better upload schedule for now. I changed departments, so I'll no longer be as busy as I was. So I'll be making videos twice per week, one for OPPR. This will be update. It might be a gameplay, stuff like that, and the same for JJK. I'm expecting to output for like Friday and Tuesday, I believe, but let's see what we have in store for that. Sometimes videos might be late because thing is, I have to balance between work, my real life friends and stuff, and making videos. And making these videos actually takes a bit more time than usual for me since I don't have the best equipment like ever. So yeah, that's about that. So to not make this video as long as it shouldn't be, and I'm saying this and it will be a bit long, let's just move on. For today's video, I'll be basically talking about all of the stuff that I missed and all of the stuff that is upcoming using the JB scheduling. So before we get into this, I just want to say that I have a really exciting news for the global players, and it's really good. It's like really good news. Special thanks to Roaring Knight. This is gonna be like an insane news drop. So yeah, that's about that. And as you can see by the gameplay in front of you, I'll first talk about Green Yuji. So before I make this a Yap session, all of the upcoming units, because I will be talking about units from Green Yuji up to Yellow Yuta. So before I start, I'll make this short. I'll divide this into what I like and what I don't like about a unit. That's about that. So first off, let's talk about Green Yuji, and his buffs are really good. It's really like insane. You can max at 120% constant buff, given you have the CE for it. So you can stay like 30 turns CE 120 increased damage dealt for green, and this will work for both. So thank God they didn't make it like increased taijutsu damage dealt or anything like that. It's like it's increased damage dealt, and you will see it made floor 77 a lot more bearable than it was. Having a second buffer next to Shoko that can deal a tiny bit more damage, and his buffs are more reliable than, for example, someone like SR Momo. And the benefit of having an SSR unit is basically also having a lot more stats, that being HP for the most part. So yeah, the thing is, the second thing I like is that his multipliers are really good. So in floors where we need to use him as a DPS next to Todo, his multipliers are really good. 450 on skill 2, 500 on skill 3, 1500 ult, and when in zone state, your skill 1 is 450% as well. And the third thing about him is that he still maintains that good black flash rate. Now, you might not see it here, but that's because it's my luck. It's nothing to do with units. Um, some offline gameplay saw a lot more black flash occurring, and just have to say it, his black flash rate is really good with the 50% from his skill 2, and then when he black flashes he gets another 30%, and he gives all allies another 30%, so he makes total black flash even more. So he's really good, and I really like him. One thing that I really don't like about him, though, is just his CE management. It's a bit of a plus, it's a win more, but I would have really liked if he gained 5 CE like Todo when he black flashes. It would have made him a bit better when you black flash and to maintain your buff at all time. But the thing is, you can still maintain your buffs at most of the time because when you hit a black flash and you enter zone state, your skill 1 changes into a different skill that instead of hitting one time, it hits 3 times, and it gives you an increased damage dealt by 20%. So even if you don't have the CE for it, you can just use skill 2 into two skill 1s and keep this cycle going for a 90% always active 90% um, increased damage dealt. So I'm really impressed with this Luffy, and he's sorry, not Luffy. I'm really sorry. I'm really impressed with this Yuji. He's really good. He's like one of the best units they released this year, and the fact that he's free gives him a shit ton more value. So that's about that for Yuji. Next up, I'll be moving on. The gameplay will continue with Yuji. This will be floors 67, I believe, 71, 75, I think, and 77. Next up, we'll talk about Urame. And I just want to say I didn't expect Urame to be this good. She wasn't. We really believed, and we really were expecting that she's gonna be the next blue buffer because we've hit 2 years without blue buffers. So we really expected Urami to be the next blue buffer. However, she became one of the best yellow debuffers in the game. She's able, without any CE management, she's able to maintain 120% damage dealt increase debuff on all enemies with a shit ton of dots doing like hundreds of damage, like hundreds of thousands of damage for free. These are dots that get inflicted per turn with her passive. You don't even need to attack on enemies for it. You just do it. As long as you can maintain her freeze enhancement, I believe. And as long as you're above level 15, I believe, all of your buffs and passives are active. You have a 90% Jujutsu buff, I believe, and you get a 120 damage dealt increase, and you then inflict, I think, 4 dots. So yeah, she's insane, and her damage is also really, really, really good. But the main thing about her, and the thing that makes her really stand out, her debuff doesn't get affected by high tower floors. So, for example, you playing a tower floor that nerfs debuffs, so you need to play with buffers only. But you don't have buffers because most of the buffers that are yellow at the moment are not available for us. I think the only one available is Yaga, and he's not really a buffer. He's a pseudo buffer. He gives like 45% stats increase at the start of every turn that lasts for one turn. So I think that's about that. I'm really sorry about that. I think I'm starting a cold, so this might be really bad for me. But yeah, like I said, her debuffs are immune to the nerf since they don't specify a turn. Even if you're playing on a buff floor and you don't have a buffer that is yellow, you don't have Shoko, you don't have Tsukabe, it's okay. You can just move on with your life and you can just play her, do insane damage, maintain the 120% debuff, and everything is like really great. Um, I don't think there is nothing that I don't like about her. They really nailed everything about this new Urame. I really don't think she has any weaknesses per se. She already has a good enough passive, and her CE management is really good. I believe at level 10, freeze enhancements, she gives herself 5 CE per turn, so you're gaining 15 CE per turn. And at level 5, her skill 1 gives her 5, so you don't really lose any CE per se. And building her freeze enhancements is really, really easy. For the sole fact that skill 3 gives her 3 freeze enhancement levels, and her alt gives her 5. So it's really easy to maintain her counters. It's really insane. After that, we'll move on to Red Momo. I don't really know what to think about the new Momo. When I first saw her, I was really not. How can I say this? I was really not impressed. Not because she's bad or anything. It's just because they made her red, which was weird to me because we have been crying for a blue buffer since like the start of the game. They made one for green, they made one for yellow, and now they're making another one for red when Yaga is already available. But nonetheless, they made a new red buffer. Is she good? Yes, she is. She's actually really insane. Um, she has the highest multiplier in the game for stat buffers at 100, 210% with 3 stacks of her skill 2 and 20% from her passive information sharing. So she's really good. One thing I really don't like about her is just her CE management. It's not really the best. She has a 5 CE, which is, I'm pretty sure, the standard now. 5 CE on skill 1, that's about that. And she has a 10 CE when she evades. She gains this passive, like freeze enhancement stuff, that at level 7, I believe, she changes her passive evasion to a 30% chance, but this isn't really good per se, at least to me, because I don't like having to rely on the opponent missing and my trait that is heavily relating on RNG to activate so that I can get more CE. So I'm not really a big fan, especially that she is not a limited unit or anything. She's not that much of a broken unit, and you don't really need her per se. Yaga is still doing the job. I'm pretty sure Yaga's multiplier is at like 186%. So Yaga is still doing his job pretty good, and his HP is not that bad. My Yaga at least is standing at like a 45,000 HP. So at the moment, there is no content in Global or JP that really requires Momo. And by the time they make content that needs her, she'll probably be released in the standard update. So you don't really need her now. I'm pretty sure I said it before that at the moment, since the standard pool have been very diluted with a lot of units, so it's really hard to get what you need. So waiting for something to be added to standard is not that good of an advice. However, there is units that you really don't need at the moment, and not waiting for them or summoning for them will just harm you as a free to play. And from day one, I already mentioned this. I am mainly a free to play account. I'm a free to play channel. I'm here to advise free to play players to do the best for their account. And at the moment, my perspective, I don't think you should go for Momo. She's good and all, and a huge upgrade over Yaga, but I'm not really on the like the boat of full ahead summon for Momo. Like she's not needed. You can work without her. Just move on. As a free to play unit, as a free to play player, you don't really need to summon on every unit. And summoning on every unit, you're not gonna get much. So this is what I like to say. Save, keep saving. There are more important units in the future. At the moment, talking about my account, and I already shared all the units on my account in a previous video. I really need support for blue, so my aim will be a unit that I will talk about next, and some other units that I will mention also soon. But that's about that. Next up, green nanami. To keep it short, green nanami is one of the most random drops ever. Not because like we didn't need a new nanami, or not because he's like boring or anything. It's just that he's another green nanami that is not green, like not even green. He's another nanami that is mid. After making Red Nanami one of the most broken support units like ever, we are back again to mid Nanamis. Because he's not even mid, like, he's okay, but he doesn't do anything that we don't have or don't need. This Nanami is just gonna see zero play because at the moment, green is heavily stacked. If you have your green figured out, it's pretty much over. Like for me at least, at the moment, I'm only missing Choso. Once I get Choso, my green is like over. It's over for my green. Because for melee users, like for Taijutsu units, you already have your DPSs cleared. You have the new Yuji or the old Yuji with Todo, and you can just use any two support with them. And for Jujutsu, you have Choso, and you also have um, the cracked Gojo, the one that the one from the fight with Toji. So we're not doing much with this new Nanami. Is he great? Is he a good unit? Yes. Does he have good multipliers, Black Flash, all that shabaggle? Of course he does. Do you really need him? Like, do you really need to summon on him? Not much. You don't really need him. You don't really, um, you don't really need to summon for him. So the less I say about him, the better. And let's move on to the next unit, which is finally we got it, and Blue Yaga, a blue buffer. Holy shit, we got a blue buffer. I cannot stress how much important Blue Yaga is because at the moment we have almost zero blue buffers in the game. And I say almost because we have Blue Momo, but Blue Momo at the moment is kind of really dead, to be honest. And with the style that they are moving forward with, that being 3 units only being SP buffed, I don't really think Blue Momo will be buffed anytime soon. And that being SP buff, I'm really I really want them to SP buff some units, some of the old units, but that's about that. I will be moving to 100% summon on Yaga. Yaga is one of the most important units ever, with a 195% stat buff, good multipliers on his alt and skill 1. The fact that his skill 1 gives him 10 CE back instead of 5, meaning if you're out of CE, you use your skill 1 once, and then you can use your skill 3, the buffering, you can use it 2 times back to back. So this is just too good. One thing I really don't like about this Yaga though is that he doesn't do much aside from buffing. They they really, how can I say this? They really know that we are in need of a new buffer. So they moved from making one of the most broken buffers ever, that being someone like, I don't know, Shoko, for example. They moved to making Yaga. Now, is Yaga bad? No, but his kit feels like Red Yaga. Day one Red Yaga. He does nothing aside from buffing. Now, when I say he does nothing, I'm a bit lying because his skill 2 allows him to summon a puppet that then this puppet can take a melee hit for anyone in the game. And even if it doesn't take the damage, I'm pretty sure it will take damage from any melee damage. But given the enemy doesn't do any melee damage, that puppet will then proceed to do damage to any unit moving forward. It will hit one time randomly, I think 450%. I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, now that I check again, it's 250%. So that's about that. But I really don't like that he he doesn't feel as broken as both Shokos. So he's okay. You need to summon for him because once again, buffers for blue they don't exist, so he's a must. But I will summon for him 100%, given they don't announce anything better at anniversary. Because by the time we get blue yaga in global, anniversary will be announced at JP. Because I'm pretty sure anniversary is around like a month or two from now. Because we're at April basically at the moment. Like this is April basically. So I'm pretty sure that by the time we get anniversary, that being late five, start of six. So I think I'm pretty sure anniversary will be here. So yeah, that's about that for Blue Nanami. You want him, just wait, see what's upcoming. Maybe this is a trick and a better buffer will be released at Annie. Especially that anniversary units tend to be more broken, like we've seen with Blue Todo or Red Mahito. Finally, it's Yellow Yuta, and I'm pretty sure it's written on the thumbnail and you have all seen it. And I'm pretty sure most of the people who love Yuta clicked on the video just for that. But I don't really like this new Yuta. He's a weird release for me. He is a yellow unit that was made. However, yellow units at the moment are not in a bad spot that needs him. Especially that they just released a new Sukuna. The new Sukuna, who is a a Jujutsu unit, already does a shit ton of damage, is a limited unit, and this and that, and also doesn't have the same issues that this new Yuta has. What is this new issue that Yuta has? They, for some reason, limited his skill 3 to be used once every 3 turns. And, well, this is something that I might get on why they did it with um, someone like Nanami, Teen Nanami, or someone like, I don't know who else has it. I believe some other unit has that clause. Oh yeah, Green Yuji. Um, while I know why they did this, because this skill gives the most buff. For Nanami, it's 90%. For Yuji, it's 50%, and this is the highest. Their other skills don't go that high. I don't really get why they did what they did, basically, and made him a yellow mixed damage dealer that doesn't do that much damage, anyways. Like, to be factual, he will do a shit ton of damage. His skill 3 deals around 760% AoE damage, but it needs that you have one enemy in the round to reach this maximum of 760%. Otherwise, it's, I'm pretty sure, at 400, I think, something like that. But that's about that. He has a shit ton of CE. He can heal you, like he can heal other allies or heal himself. But do you really need him? At, the, at this point, yellow is kind of cracked. And my advice, if you have the cubes and you want to summon for a yellow unit that will help you with most of the content in the game, I would say skip Yuta and go for uraume. Especially since he's upcoming. She's the next unit to drop, I believe. Pretty sure. So I believe go for uraume. Uraume is a lot better. A lot better. Her damage is a lot better given Jujutsu stages. And her debuff is better. She will help you instead of just doing damage, because at the moment in yellow, you don't really need a DPS unit or a sub DPS unit, given for Jujutsu you have Tinjo, you have Fuga Sukuna, and you have Urame, and you also have Yaga, because Yaga sub DPS is really good, and Yaga works for Taijutsu and Jujutsu. So for Taijutsu as well, you also have Zonji and you have Toji. So I don't really get what this Yuta is made for. Is he a good unit? Is he a good unit? Yes. Do you need him? No. Is he a must? No. Is he the weaker of the 3 Yutas that we have? Yes. You might think that he is better than Red Yuta, because he has better CE management and he does more damage and all of that stuff. But believe me, red Yuta is better because at the moment, the value that red Yuta offers to red units, to the color red in general, is more and much higher than what yellow Yuta offers for yellow. At the moment, at the time where this video drops, red Yuta is still the best Jujutsu unit that is red in the game. He's the best red Jujutsu DPS. I know some people like to say that um, what's her name? What's her name again? I don't remember her name. Um, Nobara. I know that some people like to say that Nobara is a better DPS. However, I like to believe that Yuta is better because what Yuta offers in terms of what Yuta offers in terms of other support. So, for example, he offers heals, he offers counter, he offers a shit ton of damage and an unlimited skill 3, 900% damage. So I really think that Red Yuta is better overall. So that's about that. If you would like to talk to me and you would like to talk more about this, feel free to just drop your opinion in the comments. I read the comments, I reply to pretty much all of them. So if you have anything to disagree with, like regarding anything I said on the previous units, just drop me a comment. We can argue about it. And I can even make a video regarding your guys' comments. So yeah, that's about that. Videos aside and all of that aside, I just want to say thank you so much if you're still watching. I've been yapping for around the good part of half an hour now because I know this recording that I did for these clips, for these tower videos, are around 40 minutes and we are reaching the end of floor 75, so that's about that. But finally, we can move to the best news in this video, that being the global insane release of free units. So at the moment, it has been confirmed, once again, thanks to Roaring Knight, the GOAT, that the following units will be included in the wish list for the upcoming month. So if you are missing any of the below units, don't summon for them, you can get them for free, and then when they drop in the standard update, you can just get them to A1 for free again. So the units are Blue Maki, Mei Mei, Green Megumi, Inu, Junpei, Blue Momo, Yaga, Yellow Yaga, Mei, Yellow Toji, which is really good, Degumi, Naobitu, Holo Purple Gojo, and finally the JJK movie trio, that being Tinju, Toji, and Geto. The premature burial, I believe it's called. The trio will be available for you to pick one of them from the wish list. This is insane news because if you're missing one of these essential units, you can now get them for free. Especially the following units: Geto, Toji, Yellow Toji, Tinjo, Holo Purple Gojo. Well, not Holo Purple Gojo to that extent, but Yellow Yaga, Yellow Junpei. All of these units are essential and they are really, really, really good. So yeah, this is an insane news drop that we will be getting most of these units for completely free. And I really hope that they don't change their mind later to make worse decisions because this will benefit us. And at the moment, if this continues to be true, I would like to believe that at the moment, Global is better than JP. Yes, JP is getting more content than us at the moment, and they get better release schedules, but free to play value only, at the moment Global is better. You can see like 4 month, like not 4 month, like 2 to 3 months ahead of content, and you can build a strategy as a free-to-play to pick which units to summon for and which units to not do. So, not gonna lie, this is pretty much an insane drop for us global players, free-to-play players. This is really insane, and I'm really, really thankful for them doing that, given they don't change it in the future. This is it for today's video. The rest will be sadly without any commentary, but that's okay. It's just the floor 70, I believe 77, and it's like 20 turns, and that's it. So it's going to be easy, and it's not going to take that much longer. But that's it. Hopefully, I can clear next month's limited tower because I don't really have. This month I was stuck at floor 4 because I don't have Gojo. Not much Gojo. Like if you have Gojo, this will be easier for you, but it's not that much of Gojo as much as my green sucks. Like I said, I will say in the future, I need to summon for more blue supports because at the moment my yellow is good, my red is good, and my green is good. So I'm not really afraid on any of these colors in the future. I just need to build my blue at the moment because I'm missing Ghetto, I'm missing Miguel, and I really need that blue buffer. So like I said, to me at least, as a free-to-play who played starting day one, um, I have been able, thankfully, due to also luck, I've been able to get what I want and what I need from each banner, picking and choosing, and dropping some units. I was able to, I was able to make all of the colors that I have really good. So yeah, just keep this in mind as a free-to-play player. Keep this in mind at all times. Just summon on what color you're currently the weakest at, and stop thinking about other colors. So if you're weak at yellow, like if your weakest color at the moment is yellow, just go for uraume. If yellow is not a weak color for you and you want to move to another color that you're weak at, for example blue, go for blue yaga. This is how you should think as a free-to-play player. You shouldn't go crazy and summon any unit just because it's good. Don't try your luck. 9 times out of 10, you'll get unlucky and you'll not get what you want. So just take it for granted. If there is a unit that you really, really, really need, you can do the following, and this is also something that I do. When you get your free summon, just use your free summon and then use another 3k after it. That's about that. You get the unit, that's okay. You got the unit, that's insane. You didn't get the unit, that's also insane. That's also good. You can just get your 10 points of free gacha to use on the later gachas that you wanna like guarantee the unit in. So yeah, like I said, that's about that. Thank you so much for watching, and let's push for 100 subscriber so that I can record more videos there for you, and so that I'm able to stream and talk with all of you guys live and give you advices. Peace.